Hey Squirrel friends. I've had such bad luck when it comes to my material possessions, especially when I'm like out traveling. I've also been like fighting in my head basically about making this video, and was like constantly being like, do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Finally I told myself that I might as well just do it and let you guys know, because I want you guys to know everything that's happening to me. Also because I feel like if I can't talk about it and laugh about it, then it will just feed into the pain. In October 2013, I went to Colombia for the first time in like 13 years. And while I was there, my computer, my MacBook at the time, got the blue screen of death. During the same trip, on the plane ride back to the United States, I ended up losing my 3DS. And inside my 3DS was Animal Crossing, and literally hours, probably days of work that I put in my town, gone. Last year when I went to Vegas on the way back to New York, I had my memory card in the memory card slot in my MacBook, and it ended up cracking in half, which sucked because it was a 32 gigabyte memory card, plus I had my trip from Ohio and my collab video that I made with Honey and Blue, and also my day trip to California in the beginning of Vegas. During playlists this year, I managed to have lost my beard trimmer, hence why I have such a big beard, I guess you could say. And not that I don't like beards or anything, but I don't like my beard because it doesn't grow fully, so I just feel awkward. And I would rather have like a scruffy face. Which brings me to what happened a few weeks ago. Like 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago actually, a week and a half. So March 17th through the 24th, I went back to New York City, mainly to surprise my mother for her birthday. Her birthday isn't until today, which is April Fool's Day, which is April 1st, which is ironic. But the only time that they let me take off of Bubba's at work here in Hollywood was for the week of 17th through the 24th. So I decided that I was gonna take that time and surprise my mother, pick up some shifts at the Bubba Gump in Times Square, and do my taxes because I have an amazing tax guy there. That Sunday, which was like a week and a half ago, I went out for a friend's birthday, and then we ended up going to Latitudes. If you watch my vlogging channel, you know what Latitudes is with the hot bartender. Everybody was going to karaoke, and I told myself I didn't want to go to karaoke because I'm not really a fan of karaoke, and I proceeded to drink. Unfortunately, between the hours of like 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., I'm completely blacked out. I have no idea what I did, which is really dangerous. And in that process of being blacked out, I ended up losing my cell phone, my car keys, and my apartment keys, Mike's apartment keys, as well as my vlogging camera. I did manage to track my cell phone using the iPhone app, Find iPhone, and I found it on 185th and St. Nicholas, which it's in Harlem, and that trip I was never in Harlem, which kind of makes me assume that somebody stole it and is now up there. So at this point, it was already noon, and either my battery died or my phone was turned off. So when I talked to the police about it, they said, well, we can't do anything about it because we can't guarantee that the phone's still there. Also, it's in a residential building and we can't go to every single apartment in that building and ask if somebody has a phone. Also, who's to say if that person's lying or not? The most I could have done was filed a report, and then they could have contacted me if they found it, but that wasn't gonna happen. Mike and Brandy, who I was staying with in New York, they actually gave me another spare key, so thank you for giving me that, and I didn't forget to give it back to you this time. My apartment keys here was easy to duplicate, which was great. The only hard thing about that was that my car keys were a part of that. So in order to replace my car key now, I need to call a locksmith and have them go into my car and like use the VIN number or something or whatever, I don't know. Basically, it's gonna cost about like $200 just to do that. Now I just spent $200 on my phone, I spent $200 to open up my car. Well, I actually haven't done it yet because I don't have that money. But the thing that's most devastating to me is the camera, just because my entire trip with my mother, like my entire time that I spent with my mother is on that camera. And I've never surprised her before. This was the first time I ever surprised her. And I was able to do this and have this caught on camera, and it was, I don't know, it was such a special moment that I wish I was able to have still. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, I actually took a video of my mom's surprise on my camera, on the storyline. I put it on the storyline. It's only a lucky few of you were able to witness it with me. Needless to say, like the first 3 or 4 days that I've been back from LA, ever since that thing happened, I've cried a lot. And I understand this is all material possessions and I shouldn't really care about it because at least I have my health, and who knows what would have happened in that drunken state. Little flashbacks that I have like in my head of what that experience was is that I remember talking to cops and them telling me that I was apparently too drunk to take the subway, that I needed to take a cab. I remember talking to some guy next to Port Authority, and he told me that I was attractive. I don't know if he took my phone. I don't know if people saw how drunk I was and took advantage of the fact that I had my stuff and they probably took it. I don't know. And it's really frustrating. You think that when you grow up, you're gonna be this responsible person who knows when to drink and how to control it and stuff, but the best gets to you, I guess. The ironic thing about all of this is that I went to New York to try and make more money because I wasn't making that much money here, and I was able to pick up so many shifts there, but I ended up spending more money than I did gaining it. I mean, you would think that after everything that's happened with all my stuff being either broken or stolen or lost, that I would find a way to be more responsible with everything. Alas, that's not happened, and who knows what's going to be lost in the future, but as long as I'm okay, I guess that's all that really matters. The memories are going to be in my mind, so there's that. It just sucks, you know? With all this said though, if you do drink, I'm here to let you know to please be mindful of how much you're drinking, and be sure to surround yourself with friends, and don't do things by yourself because you don't never know what's gonna happen. This is definitely gonna be a lesson learned. I hope you guys are doing well. Please take care of yourselves, and until next time, toodles. Also, my last video I talked about how I always lose my chapstick and like I don't know what to do to not lose my chapstick, and of all the things that I lost, I didn't lose my chapstick, so thanks, world. But at least my chaps aren't lipped. At least my lips aren't chapped, right?